Here we are on the video notes in question 15. Okay, and what we want to ask is, so we talked about these absolute value equations where we had like absolute value of x equals 3, and then the answer was -3 and +3. And so we want to know, like, what else could happen? What else could happen with these equations, right? And what we have so far is we have, like I just said, we have something like this. Okay, and when we get something like this, we say, okay, well, the outcome of this is that x could either equal -3 or +3. So in other words, there's two solutions here. Okay, so a lot of times absolute value equations, they'll have two solutions. Okay, and then there's this other possibility that you saw in an example in the first one. If I have the absolute value of x equals 0, well, then what could x equal? X could only equal 0. There's not like a positive and negative 0, right? So in this case, there's only one solution. So an absolute value equation could have two solutions, right? That's what we kind of looked at in the first video. It could have one solution if it's just 0. And then there's this other possibility. What if I have something like this? The absolute value of x equals -7. What could I put here that would make the absolute value equal -7? Well, we have to remember, the absolute value always, always, always makes things positive. Always. So there's nothing that I could put in here for x that would make the absolute value equal -7, right? If I put in 7, the absolute value would be +7. If I put in -7, the absolute value would be +7. There's no way that I could make this equal -7. So here, we just say, oh, you know what? There's actually no solution to this. That means there's no value of x I could put in this equation that would make it equal to -7. So I say there's no solution. Okay, so in these next practice problems, you're going to be given an equation, and you're just going to tell me, how many solutions does it have? Does it have two solutions, like the ones we've seen so far? Does it have one solution, if it's 0? Or does it have no solution because it's an absolute value equaling a negative number, which we know is impossible?